So now it's time to start with the JavaScript part of the project. So here you can see inside the other version of the application, I have added a enter you text here. So here I made a one mistake, which is inside the word name, which is actually a typo inside the placeholder text. So what I want to do here, I want to actually type enter your text here. If I control save it, now it's actually come back to the next line because it is actually a little big as compared to the window size of the browser. So now it's perfectly fine. All the HTML and CSS part is done. It's time to finally start with the JavaScript part of the project. So for that, we need to use the script.js file. Instead of that, first we need to create the function, because if you see the index.html, here inside that we have specified the on click attribute. Instead of that, we are actually calling a function which is text to audio. So here I need to specify the round brackets. Alright, and after that we need to create this particular function inside the JavaScript file. So coming back to the script.js, and here first we need to create the function. So I'm going to use the function keyword, then pasting the name of the function, then starting its round brackets, and then to start the body of the function. So instead of that, first we need to create a variable of let msg is equal to, and then here first we need to get the id, which is going to be get element by id, or I can use here a query selector because we need to select the single element, and I have not specified any id to the text area. So we need to select the query selector. So I have specified a class selector, and because it is a class selector, so I need to specify the dot, because we are actually using here a query selector function. After that, we want to store the value of the text area inside this particular message variable. So for that, here I need to use the dot value property, not AreaVax. It is like value. So now whatever value that we will type inside the text area is going to be stored inside this particular message variable. So now we can actually apply some operations, or I can say that this some code to this particular message variable. But before that, we need to actually start the speech synthesis. Means we need to get the reference of the speech synthesis inside a variable. So for that, here I need to create another variable which is going to be speech is equal to new speech recognition, and then you can see we have different kinds of things available here. So we will be using this speech synthesis utrans, that is this particular one. So we need to store the reference of this particular class inside this particular speech variable. Now this will be acting as an object of this particular speech synthesis utterance. So you can see this web API speech interface represents a speech request. It contains the content the speech service should be read and information how to read, example language, pitch and volume. So we need to set the language, the pitch and the volume and the message that we want to speech, means the message that we want to convert from the text to voice, or I can say that the text to speech. So here after the declaration or initialization of these two variables, here we need to set the language of the speech. So speech dot lang property, so we want to set the language to the English USA 1 because it is a most universal language, or I can say that many countries use this particular language. And after that, we need to set the text to this particular speech. So speech text, then this particularly be equals to the message variable, because whatever message we will type, we need to actually give that particular thing to the speech. So this particular property does that thing. After that, we need to set the speech volume. So speech volume means here I need to type the speech variable again, and then here I will be using the volume attribute, that is this property, not attribute, the volume property. Then this is going to be equal to 1. You can change the volume as per your need, it's totally up to you. And then I need to here use the speech dot rate, that is actually how fast the speech is going on, means how fast the speech will play. And then I need to set the pitch of the speech, means speech dot pitch property, then that value is also going to be 1. After that, I need to here use the speech synthesis, that is this one, speech synthesis dot speak function, so that we can actually start the speech. And then whatever attributes, or I can say that the modification properties that we have added to this particular speech object, now we need to pass it to this particular speak function. So here I will be passing the speech variable, or I can say that the speech object, because it is actually holding the reference of this particular speech synthesis utterance class, which is actually initialize the reference by using this particular new keyword. Alright, and after that I need to control save it, and believe me, this particular code is actually working because the entire text to audio, or I can say that the text to speech functionality is implemented, and this project is now working. Now I will be adding some changes to the code and also going to show the output, but I'm not going to speak anything because I'm going to record this particular part separately, and then I will be added it to this particular lecture.
Hello. Hello once again. My name is Vijay Kumar. Do you love my project's creations? If yes, please leave a review that will motivates me to create more awesome courses for you. Thank you.
So I hope you see the preview part of the project, or I have added the recorded part inside the lecture. So that's it for this particular module. I hope you like this particular module. If you like this module, then leave your review because your review motivates me to create more awesome content like this. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next module. Thank you very much.